Alright, I know what you guys are thinking. He can't possibly be at it again. And I feel your pain, but they added so much new cool stuff. And let's face it, rimworld is one of those pains that you love to have. Because there's also a lot of fun that comes with it. Now, before before we proceed and I explain this beautiful base that you see here, first we've got to talk about the origin story. um so we landed right here, and there was this really cool, like, giant chasm here that I thought would be perfect to build my base in, right? So, as you can see, this was our storage, this was our kitchen, this was the freezer, nice big beautiful freezer. We had 3 houses. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but two of our people quickly got married, which can actually happen now, which is amazing. They've added, like I said, they've added a ton of new stuff. I'll point it out as I see it. One of them, one thing I noticed as I was making this group is that now they will sometimes come with pre-designed, like, connections to each other. So, like, you can have family members that start together. You can have, people that are married, things like that, or in a relationship, things like that. So two of my colonists fell in love, so they had to move in together. As you can see, we started, like, doing some strip mining and stuff. Well, as we were strip mining, we came out into this thing, and we saw a strange, like, covered, kind of like this, but, like, built into the side of the mountain, and it was inside a clearing in the mountain. So I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Like, I wonder what's in there. And I had just lost a guy to the plague, so, like, I needed any help I could get at that point. I needed something, like, I was living on a prayer. And so as you can see, there was something horrible waiting inside. It started out as, like, 3 of these hive things, but this was all walled up. This was my main base, and I only had 2 people left. So, I panicked. I ran back here. I sealed this behind me. I sealed off this, and, like, this was all filled in too. Like, originally they just had this little square. And slowly this thing has just been building and carving out the walls. And ironically enough, as they've been carving out the walls, it's been causing these ridiculous cave-ins, which have been kind of helping keep the numbers under control. But, now that there's exposed roof, they can kind of grow in here without risk of dying anymore, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah, I definitely did not have the manpower or resources to deal with them when they were manageable, and now they're out of goddamn control, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, the 2 people that we had quickly tried to gather up some supplies. A third person joined us. All we had to do was fight off a couple of tribes people that were chasing after her, and luckily we had built like 80 fucking goddamn defense turrets here because I was worried that these things were going to come through the wall quicker than they did. So we ended up getting to about 3 or 4 people, and I decided we gotta get out of here. We just gotta. I knew they were gonna come through this wall eventually. I decided to just give them this. Like, this would be theirs. Like, all this. Like, they could just have it. I was just going to be out of here by the time they got there. So, I used these tunnels here to transfer all of my supplies down here. It took forever because I still had to keep making food and doing other important stuff like getting the garden set up down here and getting defenses and stuff set up down here, getting power. I had one guy that was on research 24/7 so that I could get this thing built, because that became a necessity because I didn't have the room for as many turbines anymore. Um, so yeah, I just completely just packed up everything that was here and just abandoned ship. Came down here. Now you can see we've got an eating area slash parting area. This is where the animals live. We've got our freezer, which is packed full of food now. I've had one guy just cooking 24/7. You can also sell basic meals once you get the comms console like I have here. So it's not necessarily a bad idea to just make way more food than you need. These gardens are going all times of the year. I am in a rainforest slash mountainous region biome. So it's hot all the fucking time. It's winter right now and it's still almost 55. But the hot times of the year were pretty rough for my people. There was a lot of sickness and like crap that went on, but we managed to figure it out. As you can see, we're getting ahead on food, and we're getting ahead on food despite the fact that we have like 7 fucking people here. So our colony grew quickly again once things settled down. So far, we've lost 2 brave souls. The first one was Jung the chef. He died of the plague. And like the funny part was like he was treating, like he was our doctor and cook, so he was treating everybody, and then just like somehow out of the blue got like the Black Death or whatever. So he died. We put his ass in the ground. I had to unfortunately make this area off limits and nobody can visit the body. I hope that one day we can go kind of reclaim the body of Young the chef and move it closer to home so people can actually visit him, but I can't have people running around up here because, as you can see, there are fucking mega spiders everywhere. The other person that died was Lure the Scout. And see, I had him on deconstruction duty, and I did make the mistake of forgetting to make, like, I forgot to put a no roof zone on these buildings before he started taking it down. But the moron stood right here and took down all the supporting walls around him. Anybody else would have stood on the outside and then been able to like do one of those dramatic dives away as like the roof comes caving in. But no, Lur decided to cave himself in not once but twice in like a half a second before I could click on him and tell him to fuck off. So as much as he did a lot of good work for us, and I'm really sad that he died, but at the same time, I'm definitely not gonna like cheat and bring him back to life when he was a dum-dum and stood inside of a building he was dismantling. So, Lure the Scout, also dead. Lopez got really, really close. He actually has a destroyed lung now, so hopefully we can get enough money to get him a new one. We've had a couple people that came down with the plague, and with like, we might still have somebody with muscle parasites, I don't even know. Yep, see, muscle parasites. Maybe a second one. Ill? Yep. The funny part was, so Ill was sitting here making clothes, Orion was sitting here working research, and somehow at the exact same time, both of them got muscle parasites. So I don't know if like some muscle parasite bomb or spore went off in this building, but it had devastating results. Luckily, it takes like 8 to 10 treatments I've noticed for muscle parasites, but it just makes them sleep all the damn time, and like, it kind of sucks. Our research finally led to mortars. I have 10 mortar rounds here. I was thinking about just firing all of them into this nest and laughing maniacally as I kill like 1.5 bugs because he's probably going to miss like 80 fucking times with the 10 bullets I have. But this is really my go-to plan. I'm waiting for a black marchant vendor to come by with the comms console or something, or maybe a military one if they carry them. I need incendiary mortars bad, because there was at one point a lightning strike happened in here, and it was raining, so everything that was exposed was safe, but the fire managed to spread and take out like 6 of these hives like on the outskirts. So I'm thinking if I wait for like right after a rainstorm when everything is like just dried off and everything's clear, I think if I drop like, I don't know, like let's say 11 million incendiary bombs in here, we might finally be able to burn all these things to death. There were 3 crypto sleep caskets. One of them was crushed because these idiot bugs, like, as soon as the roof caves in and makes new support beams, they rip down the new support beams and cave it in again. So they're not the smartest bunch. As you can see, there's just littered with the corpses of their fallen comrades because they can't figure out how to stop killing themselves. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, like, they were going to murder everybody. Oh, and that's another funny point. At one point, I think it was Gerbil. Like, there was 3 guys from, like, a nearby friendly colony that were like, hey, we want to help you out with your bug problem. They sent 3 guys with fucking spears and 1 guy with a bow and arrow up through here to try to deal with this by themselves. I didn't even know, like, I just saw a little notification that said they're coming to help you. I didn't know what I needed help with, so I was just waiting for them to show up down here. And then I hear a noise. I look up here. One of them is just getting mauled by a spider, and then the other 2 are just throwing spear after spear into the spider. They managed to kill 1 spider, It was beautiful, I'll give them credit for that, but it also resulted in one of them dying, and then they all ran off, and their relations with me got worse, so apparently they hold me accountable for that. I would think that if you saw a giant nest overflowing with spiders, you'd have the same instinct as me and just make an incendiary mortar. But, not quite as smart. As you can see, our rooms that everybody stays in, we have it controlled with not only coolers, but also heaters to keep it at a constant good temperature of as close to 70 as we can get. For some reason, they seem to love 70. I like it a little bit lower, but people started getting colds when I had it at around the temperature I like, so yeah, we put it at 70. Everybody seems happier now. This is our newest recruit, Nanharis. She was chased in here by like 4 guys with guns and like various like decent equipment. But the funny part was, I let everybody keep working except Mitch. Mitch is our sniper. He's got the sniper rifle, and he's actually decent with it. Basically, my defense plan, when I saw these 4 guys coming, was I put Mitch here, and I let these 4 turrets just completely butthole these guys as they charged in. One of them tried to flee down here and just got gunned down in the corner by the turret, and then one of them charged forward and then just got gunned down by the sniper, so that was pretty fun. The other 2 fled like a couple little babbies. Didn't really think their plan through. It showed. Mitch went back to eating and no longer having muscle parasites, so that's a relief. As far as our technology, we have geothermal, we have steel hospital bed, we've got our comms, we've got electric smelter, we got our stone cutter table. The reason for that, my only source of income right now is either selling valuable resources that I need, which is not an option, or selling spare food and artwork. As you can see, Lopez is our artist. Started off poor, stayed poor for a little bit, made it up to normal, somehow immediately became excellent, and is now, so this was her latest piece. It's excellent, to number 14. I don't know what that means. Some of them made sense, like Triumph number 2, that was after the second big, like, bandit raid. So, like, that one kind of made sense. Beat for combat, there's been a lot of fighting, and Lopez actually got in a fist fight with Midori one time over an insult. So, and that, okay, there's another new thing, guys. Your colonists can actually get in fights with each other and call each other names. So, that was interesting. I don't know what form number 61 is. Your guess is as good as mine. Blue Beat, that was another one that just surprised the hell out of me. Oh, I forgot about this good one. Alright, so Orion of White. We do have Orion. And Orion has been constantly doing research, so maybe he's in a lab coat. I guess that could be the, or maybe he was wearing white clothes at the time? Not 100% sure. We finally got to the, like, we had a ton of cloth, so I've been having a guy working, Ill's been working around the clock, just making different types of clothes for people. And pretty much every time he makes something, somebody goes and puts it on, so, it seems like the clothes upgrades are good. Nobody has, like, the naked debuff anymore that I remember. And then, yeah, pretty much Lopez is our constructor, but since our builder, but since there's nothing to be constructed right now, he has just been pretty much doing round-the-clock sculpturing. Given that he did so, that he got to the point of excellency, as we can see here, I decided that I was going to let him start working on some big stonework sculptures. And because we got our newest member, Nanharis, 6 people, you kind of already have people doing all the jobs that you want and need them to do. And if you don't have somebody directly doing it, it's because you're managing it. Like, for instance, Midori. Whenever things start to get dirty, I take her off mining and I put her on cleaning, let her do that real quick, and then I'll switch her back. So, Nanharis, like, there wasn't really a whole lot that I needed her for. And you look, like, she's decent at, like, animals and stuff like that. She's decent at cooking, but, I mean, I would have her cook, honestly. She looks like she's really good at it, but, Chewy, guys. Let me tell you a thing about Chewy. He fucking loves cooking. And if you try to take his pots and pans from him, he will kill you. There was one time he almost snapped and had like a mental breakdown because I let Midori go back to her cooking days for a couple days. Yeah, he was not having it. So he's our cook. Anaharis instead gets to just do stonework all day. She gets to lug heavy ass rocks from all over the fucking place, bring it over here, break it down into little bars. Not really the most exciting job, but she seems alright with it. And yeah, that's where we're at right now, guys. And so, as you can see, I like to take a strip mining approach. You might have noticed it in my other colonies as well. You just make long, thin strips, because usually if there's a big like section of ore, you can usually find it by making thin lines that are close together. You'll either brush up against it with one of them, or you'll just straight pierce through it. And so as you can see, I found a decent compact metal supply here. There was actually like a very thin line of something here. This was compacted machinery, which now you need components for stuff, which is something you did not need before. So getting as much compacted machinery as possible is very, very important. You can see I hit a very, very big metal deposit here. This might connect all the way through. If it does, that would be very nice. We had a giant beaver infestation that wiped out like half of the rainforest. I know how that sounds, but it's actually the truth. You're going to see non-stop roof collapse things over here just because the bugs are complete morons and they don't know when to stop. Well, I guess one thing to note, they seem to be going around... Oh, wait. I have not yet seen them actually break down chunks of wall. That's not to say that they can't, but I have not yet seen them do it. They seem to go around it and go for the stonework instead. But they will mine steel, as you can see right here. So I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully they just accept my tribute of this giant open chasm here that has beautiful like wood flooring and a couple of walls that they can have fun like pumping and taking down and spitting all over everything that I ever loved. Oh, sweet! Alright, now we can burn people that come to attack us. We're still going to bury our own because, as you may know if you've played this, people love to visit graves. See, I feel like we should work on happiness things like the tube television, but I really like the sound of incendiary IEDs to like guard these tunnels that these things might try to come through. Our guy's really fast, though, at this point, so what we're gonna do... Ooh. Chunk of space... Oh, no! Alright, this is another thing that's new, guys. These chunks of spaceship, they give you metal, a lot of it, and they give you components. They're really, really handy. I've already looted like 8 of them on this map. Randy Random is the guy I'm using right now. It seems to be... I mean, with the exception of this mess and the plague that killed one of my guys, he seems to be smiling on me somewhat. I haven't been rated ridiculously hard, but yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to get that. Because I either have to go all the way around or I have to tangle with these sons of bitches, and I'm not ready for that yet. Someone is being a lazy asshole. Oh, nope. Just did it for a minute. And it's time for Orion to get his parasite medicine. That has got to be a wonderful experience, I bet. And by that's got to be a wonderful experience, I of course mean the exact opposite. And you should see Midori. Yep, Midori is already on her way to go tend to Orion. She is our head doctor. Chewie does it too, but for some reason, Chewie is just so obsessed with food that he will ignore people who are sick to continue making meals. And, I mean, you gotta love his passion, but when Midori is deep, deep in the mines, like, doing important work for us, like, you know, maybe just once in a while you field the common cold or one of the muscle parasite things, you know? Give him a tiny little break, but, you know, As you can see, this new room has concrete instead of wood floors because I'm still waiting for my forest, my beautiful hand-planted forest to grow. And, all the other trees around here are pretty much done. There's a couple pieces of wood here now that they've cut down since. But yeah, it was gonna be like 100 and something wood to do this whole floor. And, I mean, she does work with stone all day. Why not give her a concrete floor? Oh my god, who's... Oh yeah. See, this time, Midori's already asleep. Chewie was still fucking around in the kitchen. Since he decided to dig around and stay up late, we're gonna make him treat Il this time. And as Il's hungry, that means he's also gonna have to feed him. Yeah, that's right, Chewie. You're making a bed quicker next time, aren't you? Son of a bitch. Oh. Okay, he treated Il, and Il's gonna go feed himself. What a nice... Oh, wait, no. Il, despite being hungry, is just going to go haul potatoes. At the middle of the night. Everyone else is sleeping. Il is just hard at work. Oh, there he goes. Stops for a snack. I'm gonna pause right there. You gotta love that mentality. Like, he gets up in the middle of the night after getting treated... Oh my god, he didn't even get treated for it. Alright, well that changes everything. Now he's just a dum-dum. I don't know what's going on here. So, Chewie went in there to heal him. Il told him to fuck off, ran outside, scooped up a shitload of potatoes, rushed to the freezer as fast as his legs could carry him, and then he stopped for a snack, and he still just has muscle parasites rampaging his body. And now Chewie, frustrated as hell, going back, grabbing the medicine that was thrown on the floor in this pile of dirt, very sanitarily. And now he's gonna go treat it. They're gonna talk for a minute, high-five each other. Chewie goes to bed. Well, yeah, Chewie goes to bed. Il is relaxing socially. That's good. Not letting the parasites keep him down. I don't know how social you can be when everyone else is asleep, though, so... I mean, at this point, you might as well go back to hauling potatoes. Charge rifle is what this guy down here in the corner gave us. There's also body armor here, but, Il can't be bothered to pick it up yet. Here, go ahead and haul that. I promise you, as soon as we put it in here, someone's gonna get greedy as hell and come snatch it up before anybody else can use it. Because my home area, so pretty much what I've done, guys, I had to force my guy, so pretty much you have the option now, if you click on your guys, you can restrict them to certain areas. I've put all my guys on a home restriction, and what that means is that they cannot leave this blue area. And the reason I had to do that is because when I didn't do that, they were spending like entire days like half starving themselves to run all the way up here to try to look at the graves of their friends. They'd see the bugs, they would cower here and just like almost get killed, and then I'd have to like force them to run away, and then they'd be almost starving to death when they got back. It was a nightmare. So we've kind of limited where they can go a little bit just to make sure that they're not fucking around all over the place. And it also makes sure, another problem that we had was, before, this was also set as home stuff, because that's where I lived before. So when I switched Midori over to cleaning, this crazy woman here tried to run all the way up here to sweep these wood floors while being attacked by spiders, like mecha spiders. So yeah, we had to put an end to that, unfortunately. Apparently, she feels that cleaning is to be done in body armor, and like I said, I told you, as soon as somebody actually brought... It's been sitting out there for like 7 days, guys. It has been just sitting there for like 7 days, and she waited until the second someone actually took the time to pick it up to go, nope, that's mine. And she just interrupted with ill sleep just to sweep up some dirt. I mean, she is cleaning her room, which is nice, but... I mean, it's common courtesy to wait until the person wakes up. Everybody knows that. And yeah, that's pretty much where we've been at so far, guys. So, at the moment, we're building up our ever-growing money food supply, and as you can see, there's even an orbital beacon in here. We've got some defenses set up here. I might put a turret back here to kind of watch over the artillery guns, just in case someone tries to drop in back here via like crazy parachute strike, which I've seen in this game even before the patches. So you gotta assume they got. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh yeah, Lopez is our animal trainer, and he's currently teaching. This is the amazing thing. So he named it Mozart on his own. He has teach this thing to rescue people, and now he's working on release and haul. Like this thing is amazing. And we used to have an attack turtle, but the attack turtle got attacked by a cougar, and Mitch showed up to try to defend him with the sniper rifle, and right as he arrived on the scene to save the assault turtle, whose name was like, oh my god, the name was insulting. I don't even remember what it was. And I know, I know what you're thinking. And yes, it is this horrible. I didn't pay attention. I was going to bury their friend, the pet turtle. It's not this one, I don't think. No, it's not that one. I was absolutely going to bury the pet turtle because they all loved him and he was like a defender of the colony. However, I forgot to put down the grave and assign it. Oh, they are. Oh. Yeah, I forgot to set the grave and assign it. And Chewie, being the ruthless son of a bitch that he is, he ran outside, he snatched up the turtle, and he put him in the freezer. I thought it was going to be safe there, but I forgot that this was set to just endlessly do it. I thought I had it set to, like, I thought I had turned it to cancel, you know? And it turns out I had not done that. I had put it on forever, and yeah. Chewie not only ruthlessly cut up the turtle, but he turned it into potato and turtle meat stew. Not the most respectful act, I will admit. And now he's out here playing horseshoes as I talk about it. In the area that the turtle died. This was actually right here. This is where the turtle died. And screaming in rage, our sniper Mitch was standing at right about here, firing round after round into the cougar, who ignored the fact it was getting shot to continue eating. So he had to put about 3 or 4 rounds into it to put it down, and the thing just sat there eating the turtle the whole time. So that's why we only got 4 meals out of our beloved friend. That or somebody rushed in there and ate that first. I thought that would have been like backup dish for sure, but you never know. You never know with these crazy colonists. That's where we'll end it for today, guys, though. As you can see, one hell of a story going on here. One hell of an adventure. Hopefully, we'll get the incendiary mortars by next time. And we'll be able to let you guys join us for the great bug apocalypse that we plan on raining down on this clusterfuck of bad stuff. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.